After a ridiculous FA Cup exit in the last episode, it's being rather harshly reminded by that news story, we find ourselves actually up against the other half of North London in today's first game against Tottenham Hotspur. There's only 11 games to go in the Premier League as it stands, and quite frankly, it's a low-scoring season so far, points tally-wise, from a number of sides. We're on 36. We're not that far away, really, from Spurs in 6th. Chelsea in 5th are catchable too, but they have got a game in hand, although we do play them in the second game in today's episode. We start with 5th place Spurs, then we start with 6th place Spurs, then with 5th place Chelsea. We end with West Brom, who are in the relegation zone. So, difficult games, but we found the difficult games, or rephrase, we found the bigger games that should be more difficult easier, and the games against the easier teams more difficult. So, what will happen today, I've no idea, but we should be getting points. We need to get points. So, let's go and get points. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll start at home at Patreon Park. Tottenham Hotspur line up with Emiliano Martinez in goal. Jed Spence, Victor Chus, Joshko Vardio, Chris Romero and Destiny Adoji. Jesper Lindstrom and Lucas Sucic in the midfield with Leon Bailey, Joao Pedro and Brian Hill as the forward three. They've got some better players, but they're just quite simply not fit. Tottenham must have had a midweek FA Cup game as well, but whereas my players have somehow been able to recover, theirs haven't. So I don't know whether that makes this actually a slightly more straightforward fixture, or whether it just means that they'll just make substitutions earlier than they usually would, and it'll be just as difficult as we expect that it may well be. Bianchi looking for Salinas. We get a little bit lucky with the way the ball bobbles. Can we get an early chance here to perhaps take the lead? Samaras to Para. Para with the effort blocked well by the defender, but Salinas is going to win it back, and he'll lose it again. Where are you going, Mr. Jed Spence? Here's Lindstrom. Brian Hill with the back heel. Bailey! Good effort, Leon. Good effort indeed. Stopped by Richardson. Here's Destiny Adoji. Back to Sucic. Little ball roll. We've managed to get something on it. And away it comes. Still, it's quite hectic in this game so far. Go on, Lasser. Get in behind, son. Jed Spence is rapid, I know, but you're no slouch yourself. He's turned well. And here's Nacho on his right. Oh! That's world class from Nacho Salinas. He's buried that beautifully. He does have an ever-increasing finishing stat, Nacho Salinas. And that was just deadly. No chance for the goalkeeper. We are 1-0 up at Patreon Park. But, you know, to actually have an adult conversation. But when you're 16, finish from Joao Pedro. Top corner from Tottenham. They have themselves an equaliser immediately. I think I'd be happy with a point against Spurs. I think I'd rather take a point or try and sit on a point than risk losing everything. At the same time, if Tottenham do press, I will try and catch them on the counter. It was a good effort with a good save that led to this corner. Joao Pedro finds Jack Wimpenny here, who has himself an assist. Jesper Lindstrom has found the bottom right-hand corner. A delightful little flick in off the far post. Jack involved. Lovely touch and turn, and that finish first time is as accurate as you could possibly wish it to be. There's no hope for the goalkeeper there. No hope whatsoever. It's a brilliant goal. Cuts it to Sucic. And Sancho, that's tame, but has it wasted enough time for us not to be able to get the ball at the other end quickly enough? I think so. You can see the time ticking down. We need to get it forward and quickly. And there just isn't the opportunity to do so. So we will lose by 2-1 against Tottenham Hotspur at home. It's not to be another point added to the fan objective. Meaning I think we need to beat Chelsea in the next game to stand a chance of assuring that fan objective. Do we have one other big team left this season? I'm not sure. We may well do. Our season is hanging in the balance then as it stands. We sit in 11th place, top of the bottom half, but with other sides around us having games in hand. It is not going to be easy, to push that top 7 now. We do have Arsenal coming. That is the only Big Six side we have left to play after this next one away from home at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea away from home. Diogo Costa, the man between the sticks. James, Laporte, Simakan and Chilwell, with Hakan Calhanoglu and Enzo Fernandez in the middle. Ousmane Dembele, Tommaso Baldanzi and Barnes Cutter with Eli Wahi up top at striker. Not many options off the bench, if I'm honest. Kind of Kamada and that's kind of it, really. Chelsea don't have a great squad. They're just a strong 11. So hopefully we can keep the 11 at bay. And then if we can do that, we know that they don't really have anything to call upon from the bench to try and change the game. So if we keep the game playing the way that we want to, we do stand a chance here at Stamford Bridge of getting something from it. We hope. Anyway, I was waiting for Salinas to make the run the other way. And then look at the run there from Bianchi. It's a beautiful ball and he's found well. Here is Enrico Bianchi, but he used the hands to bring it down. Lovely touch. Calhanoglu, Wahi, Enzo, Barnes Cutter in the box here. Looking for the cross, well blocked by Sissoko. Yellow card for Javi Parra. A challenge earlier on, but we're not concerned about that. We're concerned about this. And it's won well by Ousmane Dembele, but well held as well by Ruben Richardson. We've been chasing shadows a little bit in this first half, but now I'm trying to give Chelsea the same treatment. It's not really working that well because I have the quality of attack positioning with a number of my players to actually make the difference. Salinas to Fleming here. Tuck it back to Salinas. And, well, talk about offensive positioning. Bianchi is right place, right time. And Enrico, who hasn't scored many and has really been off the boil since the first few weeks of his time at the club, finally, for the first time in a couple of episodes, does something noteworthy. He gives us the lead at Stamford Bridge. Just as I'm talking about not having attack positioning, then we get some. Wahi, he's got runners. Francisco does well, but Cutter's stolen it off him. He's forced himself a little bit too far wide. And the shot that does come in is blocked. And then cleared by Salah, which hopefully will see us through till half-time. It's just seconds to go in this first 45. And provided we can stop them from getting the ball in towards the parks, we should make it to half-time with that lead intact. Thank you, Ruben. Brilliant stop. It's been a while since Graham Potter was in the dugout for Chelsea, that's for sure. Enzo Fernandez with the corner. And away, half-time. Just got blue shirts flooding forward here. This is undefendable at times. Baldanzi. Richardson makes a good stop. And Sissoko keeps it in as well. We're having to lean on our goalkeeper quite hard in this game. But somehow, he still has a clean sheet. Oh, Sissoko's left his man for dead. And the defender's going to have to come across to try and deal with me. Salinas beats his man. Nacho! Post on the follow-up. Fleming couldn't quite hit it early enough first time. Bianchi has support. Samaras here. There's the second. It's been all Chelsea since we took the lead. It was all Chelsea before we took the lead. It'll be all Chelsea till the end of the game, but we've scored 2 goals. Time's up at Stamford Bridge. We're going to get the win again. And this will seal the fan objective. We have officially taken more points against the Big Six this season. Significantly more points against the Big Six this season than we have those promoted from the Championship. A 2-0 victory away from home. Fans booing, understandably so, from the home support. They bossed that game, Chelsea. Had about 3 times as many chances as me. More than, in fact. I had 3 shots. They had 10. But somehow we've kept a clean sheet. Now we do have the opportunity next against West Brom to get more points against one of the promoted sides. But we haven't had much luck against Wolves, Bournemouth or West Brom this year. We did beat West Brom last time we played them, I believe. I had 4 points, I think, prior to playing Bournemouth in the last episode. And obviously we didn't get any from that game. But we've been able to somehow get a win out of that. And I think that is rather firmly on Ruben Rodriguez's shoulders as to why we've won that game. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. He is slowing. Edwards is on his way back. He's not fit yet. He won't be available yet. but he's on his way back. One thing that worries me, though, is that when I checked his profile earlier, he doesn't have potential to be special as his tagline anymore. I think this 2-week dislocated shoulder injury has ruined Tom Edwards' potential. He is already 85 though, so he should be good. A quick cut back in. I've been reliably informed by my live chat that it's an age thing. I never even knew this was a thing, but once they get to the age of 22, they lose whatever tag they had and it just doesn't read one anymore. So hopefully that means he's still got potential to be special. We'll find out in due course. Still not going to be fit for the rest of today's episode. That win against Chelsea has really helped actually keep us in touch with those above. Yes, they've got games in hand, but games in hand can be lost. Hopefully some of them will be. We're only 5 points behind Southampton in 6th. So the fight for Europe is still very much alive, and if we can go and beat West Brom in the final game of the episode, then absolutely we can keep that fight very much alive. Matej Liss in goal for West Bromwich Albion. Furlong, Dems, Frey and Wembangomo. Left back, Gruezo and Gardner-Hickman. Harrelson, Ferreira and Pereira-Lage with Carl and Grant up top. A win here would help keep the European dream alive. Yes, different t-shirt, different day. Let's see if we can start today's recording session and end today's episode with a dub. That's the dream. Out to Fleming. See the run. Bianchi's made it well, and he's turned even better. And here is Salinas. What a start to the day this could be, and it is! Patreon Park is rocking inside 4 minutes. We have ourselves an advantage already. I'm sorry, bottom of the league, West Brom, with 18 points from your 28 games. You're going down, and we, hopefully, are moving on up. Oh, I thought Ben Jack was going to step in there and steal it away. It's Carl and Grant driving forward into that right-hand channel. He's got a man free in the middle. That man free is found, and that man free had someone else at the back post. That was awkward from Sissoko. Thankfully, Romero is there to get rid. That would have been the most awkward own goal you'd seen for a long time, despite the fact we've had a couple of dodgy ones on the channel recently. Whoa, that was nervy, wasn't it? Back to Parra, and there's some space opened up here as well for Samaras, who's going to let fly. Can't quite find the far corner as he was looking for it, but definitely had the space to give it a go. Here's Carl and Grant again. Oh, it's a lovely ball through the gap. Felix da Costa's not going to get there. Felix? Francisco da Costa. Oh, bugger. Forgot my player's name. Forgot how to defend. West Bromwich Albion equalise at Patreon Park. It's 1-1. That's a lovely ball by Harrelson into Frey. And they got a man free at the back post as well, which I'm significantly worried about. But he's taken too long to do the shot or pass needed to score that second goal for West Bromwich Albion. Then that is a worrying sign that they're able to quite comfortably get in behind our back line continually, even after we've had the scare and confirmed worry put in our minds of them equalising with a goal earlier on. We need to make sure that we can see through this victory, please. Laggy with the spin. Sissoko with the tackle. Is he going to go again? He's not. But Salah is. And Salah has Bianchi here. Bianchi's in the box. Lots of men around him. He's not to be deterred, though. Matej Liss makes the stop. Getting forward. It's a brilliant run. Just needs to find the pass. Oh, he's beaten the man as well. He kept it in play brilliantly, but the one thing he needed to do right at the end of a great run was find a pass, which he didn't do. Harrelson has run straight into Romero. Harrelson, their highest rated player at 81. It's a nice little ball through. And Salinas could play a 1-2 here. Romero. Oh, it's a lovely ball. And Bianchi. And Salah. And we have a scoring goal to go 1-0 up again. Salah with his first goal for the team, and it could be huge. Tucking in off that right-hand side, finding himself perfectly placed at the right time to get his first goal for the club. Nicely to Javi Parra. Flick it, flick it. Oh, it's just squeezed through the gap. Nacho to round it off. Nope. Good defending from West Bromwich Albion. They keep their game alive, although they might have just killed it if they keep giving me the ball like that. Bianchi, good footwork, a little dink. Oh, it's gorgeous. Fleming, the angle's narrow. It's off the bar. Oh, nearly, so very nearly. Whipping it in. Salinas brings it down and turns it home brilliantly. But the keeper's in the way to deny him another goal. One of the biggest victories we could get at this stage of the season. considering the nature of the league table and our recent form. Cleared away, and that'll do. Ref will blow his whistle, and we'll win by 2-1 against West Bromwich Albion. Thank Christ for that, because it wasn't easy. But thankfully, we're able to get 2 to their single goal, and we'll have ourselves 3 more Premier League points. With so many sides around us, having so many games in hand, keeping our own points tally ticking over, especially by a maximum each match day, hopefully will keep us in contention. We are 10th currently. We're not far away at all from certainly 5th, but as you can see, games in hand are in the double, if not treble, with Arsenal there in 11th with 3 games in hand. So we'll see how it all pans out by the end of the month. I think there should be some extra games played between now and then. I think it may even be an international break in between as well. Newcastle at home is the first game, and well, they've played 1 game. They haven't played them both yet. And still, we're only 4 points off Spurs in 6th. So we're going to be a maximum of 9 points away from a Europa League spot with 8 games to go. Hopefully, Tottenham don't win that game in hand and we can be even closer. Newcastle, Everton, Wolves, Burnley and Arsenal to come in the next one. And then it's Southampton, Forest and Brighton and the end of the season. So we're not far away from the end of Season 6 already. These seasons are just being torn through at the moment, and we are making progress, but will we be in Europe next season? We'll find out in the next couple of days. Join me for them. I'll see you then.